matchup as you get a look at some of the stars here of today's game. Let's get right to it. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And with a new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. Rodgers now on first down. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. The Pro Bowler is a rookie, Marcus Peters, there on the stop.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but, boy, that was textbook defense, exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
To throw is Rodgers. A screen to Bell. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Here we go on 4th down with Rodgers. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. It'll be a 20-yard gain on the play. And they're able to convert here on 4th and inches.
I know they got the first down, but, Brandon, I still don't like they got it, but I would have punted the ball there, played some field position. Okay to end drives and kicks, right? You know, we've heard that from different guys before. Remember, kicks either a punt, right, field goal, or a point after touchdown. It's okay to end it in a kick.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
Good luck trying to get your running game going against Ndamukong Suh. I mean, he is so strong. Just trying to move him, take 1 guy, 2 guys, whatever. I wish you a whole lot of luck. He usually converts an offensive running game into rubble.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Setting up the screen for Miller. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. And that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there because trying it is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
He was looking to hit his running back, Le'Veon Bell, that time. And that'll bring up a 4th down. So out now is the Seattle field goal team. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So the folks here in the stands this afternoon, they're happy about that one. Their guys get the early advantage after the opening drive field goal.
And they should be happy. Their guys look good getting down the field, and that's got to give them hope that good things are in store here today.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. They begin with a run by Miller. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. Big boys down there in the trenches, and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you're talking about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense. And what a big-time play there.
Breeze to throw on second down. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. A nice pick up there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football, and they've got it here with a first down. On first and 10, here's Breeze. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Back to the air on second down. It's Breeze. And his throw is incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it's third down.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Here's Breeze to throw. Looking for his tight end Rudolph, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
Give him 6 on the play, and just like that, it's third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
To Decker over the middle. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. So here we go. First and 10 now.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. 30, 20, 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
Hey, how about the excitement that that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tank.
That's your boy Old Mo. You said momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a third down.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. Caught on the left side, Fitzgerald. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Bell. And he'll get across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Rodgers going to go on 4th down. And he's got Fitzgerald. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches. And now they're in the hurry-up. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Rodgers now to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. A nice. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. First and goal at the 3-yard line now. Here's the option going right. And another timeout called by the Vikings now. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
So they're on the 5-yard line here, 2nd down and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Rodgers. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on 4th and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go for it. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Flushed out right. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Larry Fitzgerald from 4 yards out. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Here's Breeze. And he's got the hook up for the first time with Herman Moore. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. So Herman Moore, his first grab of the game, and back in his day, he shattered all the Lions' receiving records.
And he did it with a number of different quarterbacks. He was the target for defenses to adjust to. And I guess the best way to put it is, Herman Moore, that guy, could play in today's game and be just as successful.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Miller, the lone setback. Now Breeze. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the great one, Darrelle Revis. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so. On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now fourth down.
Well, sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
Here we go on fourth down with Rodgers. To Decker over the middle. It'll be a gain of 11, and they're able to move the chains as they convert on fourth and long. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Here's Rodgers underneath for Miller. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it second and short.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
10th carry now for Lamar Miller. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's third down and inches. Here's Rodgers to throw. And he finds Daniels. 23 yards on the play.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Rodgers, and he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. Golden Tate, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. It's good to make it 17-7. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. Miller, the lone setback. They go back to the air here after the INT. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they show to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
And they're going to speed things up here.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made...
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. DeAndre Hopkins from 21 yards away. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the ball.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. Now Rodgers. And he finds a man on a crossing route. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Rodgers now on first down. Going deep now for Decker. And they went big on first down. Proves unfruitful.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And
looking for Decker, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Now Breeze throwing on second down. And Rudolph has it left side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score, and he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
And the defense in desperate need of a stop. They have to get off the field and get the ball back to their offense if they want a chance. Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away.
And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And at this stage of the game, time a factor, time on their side as they just try to eke out the fits of this one. He completes it to Tate. A good pick up there of 20 yards. And now we get a peek at some of the top players here for this Madden Ultimate Team matchup. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis ready to go in the booth. We hope you're ready to go at the controls. Let's play. Ready for football now on a sunny Florida afternoon. And we are underway from Miami. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Breeze now on first down. Caught. It's Cruz left side. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
And that's the kind of pass that adds up over time, Brandon. You may not have picked up a first down there, but if you keep chipping away at it, eventually big plays may result.
Here's Breeze to throw. This is Bell on the dump off. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Again, they'll throw with Breeze. Goes underneath for Bell. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
That was not a completion that results in a highlight video. But at the same time, if you have those kind of completions all game long, eventually one of them might turn into a highlight.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. So 3rd and inches, trying to pick it up the middle. He had nowhere to go, tackled for a loss.
And you know how we talk about double A-gap pressure, meaning linebackers going in the gap between the center and the guard on either side? Well, it's not always to get to the passer. Sometimes you do that to prevent a running play. Worked pretty well.
Tries for Rice, intercepted. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Let's face it, we're all going to remember Malcolm Butler from the Super Bowl, the interception that reverberates, the one that denied Seattle back-to-back Super Bowl titles. But he's become a very talented, good player in the league. He's not going to just be remembered for one play.
Now Rodgers dumps it complete to Miller. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 8 yards to go here on second down. Rodgers to throw on second down. Setting up the screen for Miller. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He lost 2 there. And it's 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that.
Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the safety, Jarris Bird. And he's able to get it back to the... Now the offense heading back out there. So after the INT, it's Breeze. Surveying the field. Throw left side, completion to Rice. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Breeze to throw on second down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Brees going to try and throw on third down. This is Bell on the dump off. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks.
He went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
A really nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. The give is to Bell, and he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. On second down, here's Brees. His throw caught at about the 5. And he will take it in for the touchdown. Jerry Rice, a 24-yard touchdown. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Mexico City football to begin quarter number 2, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackle was there right away for a loss of yardage.
It's complete to Golden Tate. And he gets this one all the way up to the 40. 23 yards on the play. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play.
Looking for Fitzgerald, and it's intercepted. And how about this? It's the other Brandon Marshall that picks it off. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. Now a play fake here on first down. Over the middle, that's caught by Rice. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards it.
And the pressure gets to Brees as he's taken down. Jerry Hughes in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. On third and long, it's Brees. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
They'll go for it. It's Brees. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Dumps it complete to Miller. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a pickup of 14 there, and it's first. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And Olsen over the middle. And they got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive there. He hits the reliable target. Only 3 there on the screen. It's second down. And again, it's Rodgers. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
From the 2-yard line yet again. Let's see what they can do on 3rd and goal. Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call...
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And oh, the gamble fails. It's incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. Now this offensive unit ready to... See what they can do here. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
They come up with one running back. That's Bell. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Give him credit for batting it away, but unable to come up with the interception. And sometimes that joke does come true. Guys are on defense for a reason. Maybe their hands aren't quite as skillful as the guys on offense, but a lot of credit on that play for just knocking it away.
That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. So a second down incompletion now brings up 3rd down. From his end zone, it's Breeze on 3rd and long. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. A final shot before half for Breeze. A screen to Bell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think that they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
Lamar Miller. And a cut to the right and some open field here. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Lamar Miller, 52 yards. Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Blair Walsh on to attempt the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty had to come out.
So a tie ball game here. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis ready for this Madden Ultimate Team matchup as you get a peek at some of the big players in today's game, and you're a big player in today's game as well. Let's get the party started. The punter, Jordan Gay, ready to get us started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. first down. Carr. Johnson with a completion over the middle. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
30 yards on the pickup there. And the Texans are going to have a first.
Dance class, anyone? Did you see the steps between the quarterback and the running back?
That's what you need for a good counter. You
have to have it because you're setting up your blocking. There's a timing element as well, but they have to marry up their steps. Otherwise, that timing gets thrown out the window.
Timing was great there and a big run. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. A first carry now for Reggie Bush. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, that means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there for a very nice game.
No gain on the play there, second down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a first and goal.
And that's been a pretty darn good drive to start things off here in this game. Move the ball downfield well. And after that run, they're set up at first and goal.
And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a second and goal. They'll look to run with Freeman. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. This opening drive has taken him to the 2, but now they come up on a 3rd and goal. They'll try and run. Freeman. And he is going to lose yardage here. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Looking at this situation, if you're at the 1, the 2, maybe you go for it. From here, you kick it.
I agree. I think you have to get points in this situation. 4th down, I don't chance it at all. I put the points on the board and go back and regroup.
Carr going to throw. Tries for Rice, intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And not great starting field position here for the offense. Halfback sent in motion. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And it's brought in by Eric Decker. And they'll get him down up past the 15. 15 yards through the air and a first down. Simple slant route, and part of a really nice hard throw by the quarterback.
Nice timing between the quarterback and the receiver. They were perfectly in sync, and he put it right on him on the inside route.
Now Rodgers. To Decker over the middle. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, and really it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's the best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Mexico City football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. The play clock's running down. On first down, Rodgers. Fitzgerald bringing it in over the middle. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And now out comes Houston. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
It's already 2nd and 12. The defense hoping to push them back more.
All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough, tough job to contain them.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Third down and 12. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Carr. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, T.J. Ward. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And Tate's got it. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Oh, what a juke into space. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And it's caught. Touchdown. Golden Tate from 3 yards out. And his guys are able to strike for 6. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. And now out comes Houston. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Sean Smith. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. 6 yards to go here on 2nd down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd.
What you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
Throwing is Rodgers. And caught left side, Olsen. And 15 yards there on the catch and run. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Second down following the run.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And now it's a 3rd and 4 situation for the offense. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. This will be caught at the 2. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Shotgun now for Ryan. And it's caught. Touchdown. Golden Tate with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Johnson was the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. From the gun, it's Carr. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator.
And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Here we go on 4th down with Carr. He's going to loft one. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken about the 12. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So here they come, the road team now getting the football first to start this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the 2nd half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And he's got Miller. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd. After that one.
Here in the 3rd quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a 4th down play. On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Underneath for Miller. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And Tate's got it. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought. Charles and I set for this Madden Ultimate Team matchup as we get a peek some of the stars in today's game. Well, will they be stars? Will you be a star? We'll find out. Let's play. Ready for football now on a sunny Florida afternoon. And we are underway from Miami. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. On 1st down, Rodgers. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
10 yards still left on 2nd down. Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. He got 29 yards that time. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Of course we think of Aaron Rodgers as a pocket passer, but you and I both know this guy's a pure athlete. He can get outside and make plays with his legs as well.
Yeah, showed it right there outside of the pocket and on the money. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Just 2 yards to go here on 2nd down for the offense.
And more and more offenses are going to the philosophy of using every inch of the field to try and spread things out. And when you're running back and catch the ball as well, that can only help your offense.
Now it's Rodgers. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Rodgers now on first down. Right side, there's Decker. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a entire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
On the counter, it's Miller. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed, and that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
And a short gain here, down to the 22. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And from the 9-yard line now, it's 1st and goal. Here's the option going right. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Eric Decker, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Charles the lone setback. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. This is caught. It's Greg Olsen. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down.
26.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, T.J. Ward. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Charles, when plays like that work, It's a thing to behold, but sometimes we see why they're very deep in the playbook.
And how many times have we been at practice and heard all the other guys chirping about, you know, I used to play quarterback in high school, I can do this, until it becomes a game situation. Not quite the same in many cases.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And he'll go down at the 28. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Setting up the screen for Miller. And he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it, because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends, because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Slants are so tough to cover because everything happens so fast, but sometimes it happens too fast for the guy catching the ball, because all of his movements have to be quick off the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden the ball's right on top of you. And maybe he got a little bit ahead of himself there.
And a lot of times coming in with good pace, and he dropped it. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself...
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Many times the mindset of a play caller after a quarterback's thrown an interception on the previous drive is to come right back and give them a throw to get their confidence back. Give them something easy, get a completion, kind of get them settled again. Instead, this ball was tipped in the air and almost turned into an interception. Offense trying to make a big play, defense trying to make a big play, turned into an incompletion. So now maybe they can back off a little bit, try to relax him, and get him something that'll work.
Now Rodgers. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brad, wasn't that long ago that the guy playing that spot was an outside linebacker type of a guy. Now, as a defensive end, how about the speed that he used to get into the backfield and make the play?
Caught by Nelson left side. And he's eventually brought down, but not before he reaches the 39, just shy of the 40. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Hauling it in, Nelson. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. On 1st down, Rodgers. And Olsen over the middle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. He completes it to Tate, and he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now it's Rodgers looking for the tight end Olsen, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it. And we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half.
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And likely just out of field goal range. Could be Hail Mary time. And
haven't we seen in recent years that the Hail Mary seems to be more successful in the NFL than before?
And this is caught inside the 5. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. But gutsy call there. Yates at the locker room with a lead. Tried the onside kick. It didn't work.
And you just wonder what the gain was there. They're already in the lead. They were in control of the game. They may have given momentum now to their opponent and maybe kick-started things going in the opposite direction.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Past the 20. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. The ground. And the ref goes under the hood, puts the headset on for the often dreaded did the ball cross the plane review.
So difficult because all it takes is a portion of the ball crossing the plane for it to count, but you've got to get the right angle, and right now the official is hoping to get a lot of help from the guys in New York.
First and goal, defense with their backs against the wall. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Jamal Charles taking it in. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's going to take this all the way down inside the 40. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They've got great field position, obviously, to start this drive. Tie game, do you maybe go a little riskier here with that great field position?
I think some guys look at it and say, let's go. Be aggressive. Be bold. Let's get it downfield right now. Other guys will look at it and say, you know something? I think we're in a position to get 3 points if we don't make any big mistakes. Run our offense, get in that spot, and see if you get the 3, and hopefully maybe even more.
Either way, I bet they're happy to have options. They'll run with Miller, and he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. And quickly, they get to the line. They keep it with Miller on first down. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down. On play action, Rodgers to Decker over the middle. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Charles on the slant. You always need good ball placement. They got it there.
Brandon, the quarterback, put it in the exact perfect spot, right to the upfield shoulder.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Eric Decker, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. Now Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Muhammad Wilkerson in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block it.
They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. So an excellent throw and an excellent catch there.
Zone coverage, which means you just have to find the open areas in between defenders. That's exactly what happened on that play.
9 yards to go. It's 3rd down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Here's Rodgers to throw. He's going to air one out. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. They do go for it. It's Rodgers. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. And now they're in the hurry-up. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the 1st down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and trying to keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the 2nd half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
And they just did not get the snap away in time. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long. And now again, the play clock's going to run out on them. Rodgers again now. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And now it's 4th down.
I know I'm not giving enough credit to the defenders because that pass was incomplete. But come on, it was A.J. Green. I always expect him to come up with the ball.
Yeah, on those deep routes especially, even on incompletions, it's fun to watch him run those routes.
It certainly is, but he eats up ground, and he usually goes up and gets it.
Here we go on 4th down with Rodgers. Finding time. And this is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding. We are set, ready to rock for this Madden Ultimate Team matchup, and these guys on your screen ready to rock as well. Some of the stars of today's game, and speaking of the game, let's get right to it. The punter, Jordan Gay, ready to get us started, and we are underway from Miami. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a gain of 14 there. And it'll give him the first down. Breeze now on first down. It's complete to Brown, right side. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On 2nd down, here's Breeze. This will be caught by Brown. And down inside the 15 he goes. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They'll go again with Bush. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
One thing that you find out on a sweep play is the fortitude of the people running it. Because that is a run, and then there's some contact when you finally get to the edge. And those guys who can hold that point of attack and hold up on that contact, they create the plays that we just saw there. Really nice play by the defensive guys.
Flush to his right, and he dropped it. Now it was tipped, altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it, and now 4th down.
That one was tipped up in the air and fortunately fell away for the defense because if the offense is able to grab that one, that's a short little jaunt into the end zone because there's not enough reaction time off of the tip ball for the defense to rally and make a tackle. They were very fortunate on that play.
Tucker now. Need to get the play off quickly. Throwing is Rodgers. It's brought in left side by Tate. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
And I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the sideline.
I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Anticipation is bouncing for today's game, and we've got 2 quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's the Falcons going up against the Broncos. So let's get you out to Denver for the call of our game. Here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Atlanta Falcons and the Denver Broncos. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll probably wish he reconsidered here. It'll cost him 10 yards now with a new rule as he's down at the 15-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Here's Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
I know that's their first connection in this game, but you and I both know that Julio Jones is without a doubt his quarterback's favorite target.
Oh, yeah, Matt Ryan loves this guy, and who wouldn't?
Yeah, and the reason that he's that is because of his dependability. And quarterbacks have to have that from their receivers, meaning they know where they're going to be when they're running certain routes. They don't break them on them. They don't change them up and do their own freelance stuff and put their quarterbacks in bad situations. Matt Ryan has ultimate trust in Julio Jones.
A first Sanu, 4 seasons in Cincinnati where he never won a playoff game. Now in Atlanta, off to the Super Bowl.
It's a nice change for him, isn't it? And it's the one that every player is looking for when they change franchises. And for him to do that his first year in Atlanta, but he also brings a lot of life out wide as a receiver. And then how about when he does the changeup as a Wildcat quarterback and can carry it inside?
Yeah, just an extra component to an already powerful Atlanta offense. Third and 2. Now Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And look at this. They're keeping the punter on the sideline. They're going to go for it here on the opening drive. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
That just brings us right back to what
Ryan hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up. Look at the big man rumble. The 20, 10. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up. First and goal at the 5.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are, and now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. They'll run Anderson, and he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. It'll wind up going as a sack and a loss of 2. And now the task gets more difficult here on 3rd and goal. Now from back at the 9 after that last play, this is 3rd and goal.
Here we go now.
Now Simeon on 3rd and goal. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off.
Matt Ryan was incredible against Green Bay, wasn't he? He took it locked in, throwing the football. Just absolutely incredible. 4 touchdown passes and ran one in. And that put him in some pretty good company there for some other guys who've done the NFL playoffs.
Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning, and then there's another one who's done it. Who's that?
Tobin Rote, 1957 Detroit Lions.
Yeah, so those guys, the only 4 with 4 touchdown passes and a touchdown run in the playoffs. With the way Matt Ryan was throwing it against the Packers, they didn't really need Devontae Freeman's legs on the ground. 14 carries, 42 yards, 42 through the air as well, receiving them.
And that's the key, the 42 through the air, because it tells you that Devontae Freeman is a multi-dimensional back. And that's exactly what Atlanta needs in their offense. They can spread the field, run it inside with him and Tevin Coleman, or throw it to them as well.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Clock running under a minute to go in a scoreless first quarter. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here. 3 yards left to grab here on 3rd down. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Freeman, the lone man in the backfield. And he'll get it up the middle. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. Couple of Broncos there in on the tackle. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
The defense has been on the field a long time now, and after a run like that, they've got to feel like they're almost on roller skates and getting pushed backwards on just about every snap.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Ryan. It's caught. Jones. It's a gain of 9 yards. And they're able to convert here on 4th and inches.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Hey, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. Back to Denver right after this. And the seemingly endless drive continues. On 3rd and 1, Ryan. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. And 4th down coming up. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll run it. Freeman. Give him 9 on the play, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
This is a question of who wants it more. Easy to get stuck behind all the big bodies, but you've got to find a space and fight forward for the first down.
From the red zone now, here's Ryan on 1st down. And it's incomplete. It's a dangerous pass. That's what it was. And it brings up 2nd down.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Got to give credit where it's due.
Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. And he goes in motion here in the backfield. On 3rd down, Ryan. And he fires one, but incomplete. Now, they've got to be a little frustrated here to not complete that on 3rd down after having such a long drive going.
Hey, you're talking about going over 70 yards on the drive. Yeah, did you say a little frustrated?
Very frustrated.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm very frustrated. There's no doubt about it. They thought they were going to have a chance to cash in the end zone. Now it looks like it's likely a field goal attempt.
And it is incomplete.
Brandon, one thing we run into in sports all the time is people discussing whether teams achieved all that they can achieve. And for the Atlanta Falcons in recent years, I think a lot of people thought they were underachievers. They erased that with this year's playoff run to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, last year had the hot start to the season, petered out, and just when they've been able to get to the playoffs, haven't been able to get over that proverbial hump. I think they're over that hump.
Yeah, I think in this recent run, and this is what I'm talking about maybe since about 2005 or so, they did have one NFC Championship game appearance against San Francisco, but many thought they should have won that one. Now they're on to the Super Bowl in 2017.
They'll come out in the pistol.
Detroit! All right, here we go.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. Now Simeon. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. He lost 4 there, and it's third down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Third down, still 14 yards left. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Third and long. It's Simeon. And Fowler's got it. And he's going to get this one all the way up to the 30. They convert on third with a gain of 22. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now a first down throw. Simeon. And hauled in here by Jordan Norwood. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Quick pass play there on the slant, Charles. Works out well for the offense.
The offense loves it. The defender hates it. Hard to get through the body of the receiver to get to the football trying to cover a slant.
Good job by the O-line. Quarterback had time to go through his checks. That's one you need to take advantage of.
A perfect situation, and they're unable to take advantage of it. When you have that much time to scan the field, you have to find an open receiver.
Simeon over the middle this time to Fowler. It's a gain of 3, and it gets him to first. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Simeon. We saw 5 receivers out there. Third down from that distance. You had to think quick pass. They were able to get it done.
No doubt about it. Everything went quickly on that play. The processing, getting the ball out, getting it to the proper target, and picking up the first down. Hard to defend. Maybe your only hope is get your hands in the passing lane on the pass rush and try and bat it away.
The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Here we go now.
Simeon on third down. And Latimer's got it. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A gain of 13 and also a first down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This officially a 55-yard attempt. He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. There are 0 points on the scoreboard for either side. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments were made. The defenses have obviously been great.
So if you like defense, this is a classic game. This is what you're looking for. But now you're trying to figure out how to gain any type of an advantage on offense. Is it through a big chunk play that they haven't seen before? Or is it just running your regular offense and running it better, trying to create an opportunity?
We'll see which avenue they choose to go down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do in the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. A big play there. Ryan to Jones. 42 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. They come up in an offset eye.
Hey, let's go.
On second down, Ryan. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Mohamed Sanu from 13 yards out. And the Falcons are in for 6. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be looped.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Robert Alford. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. And the Falcons now making their way back out onto the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
2nd and 10 now. Ryan. He's got time in the pocket. Give him 8 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
And they're going to speed things up here. Here's Ryan, flushed out right. His throw caught right around the 6. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse.
And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Falcons will extend their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be at about the 17-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. Well, you know, Charles, understandably, all the talk right now about the Super Bowl. Don't forget this week the Pro Bowl as well down in Orlando. New location. Back to the old format. AFC versus NFC.
And I like that. Now you don't have teammates having to play against teammates. I think it's more recognizable. Here at Madden, the game is right here in Orlando, so we can just pop over, check out practices, check out all the events leading up to the game. That should be a whole lot of fun, and it stamps Orlando as a big league city.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. After the interception, here's Ryan. And got his man complete. 20, 10, touchdown, Falcons. Mohamed Sanu, 77 yards. And the Falcons will add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters.
So maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drives, exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Ryan. And this is Gabriel on the catch. He's at the 30, past the 20. And he's going to be taken down deep into Bronco territory. Welcome back now to Denver. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number.